Hello. I don't know if my mic is working, but anyways, this is gonna be the first video on my YouTube channel. Wow, so exciting. Oh, here's my cat over here. Her name is Chips. She's chill. I got some food here, like some eggs and spinach and stuff. But, anyways, I don't know what the YouTube channel is gonna be about. I guess I'm just gonna talk about my ideas and thoughts and random bullshit. You can see my room's kind of a mess. I don't really care. uh, fucking these eggs are. I think they're still hot, but oh, pretty good still. Right now, I've been recently. I've been thinking about just like stress and the way we kind of put things on ourselves as people in an unrealistic ass manner. Like, I don't know. For a while, I kind of like had this idea in my mind, like going into college and stuff, that I had to become a doctor or like a scientist or whatever, or else I'd just like make no money and then die. And while that does sound hyperbolic and a little irrational, it's like it's a reaction, it's a response. It's I've been told that pretty much my whole life, and it kind of fucked with me. So I had to like go through this breakthrough, which allowed me to realize that I don't have to submit to these fucking made up conceptions of reality or obligation in society. And overall, America is kind of fucked. Like, ideologically, at any rate, I've decided that I'm gonna travel the world. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna do school, whatever. But I'm going to get the fuck out of Dodge. I'm gonna go wherever, fucking this way, that way, back, left, right. I don't know. I'm gonna like learn a language or something, just to empower myself and to recognize that like the world isn't so scary, and it's also very like accessible, as long as, I mean, not maybe not to everyone, but to me, I don't know, to most people in America, we have a lot more power than we think we have. So I'm also gonna tell whoever is watching that you have that power. Just get up, do whatever you want. Yeah, it's scary, but like if you stay with something for a while, it'll yield something. You know what I mean? It's like, even if you plant a million seeds and most of them don't grow, you'll get at least one. Hell, you'll probably get at least 100,000, which I don't know. That's a good fraction. That's 10%. So I'd say drop your expectations. Get rid of it. Let the wind blow you. Just fucking let her. I don't know, Gail, the wind. She's a baddie. Let her let her blow you. My fucking cat's trying to get my water. But anyways, that's why I'm making this YouTube channel, because I think, ooh, don't chew on that. I think, no, I know, I have faith, I believe that there's power in it. I I think my thoughts matter, even if not everyone, but actually no, yeah, even if everyone's thoughts have been thought before, which they pretty much have, there's still use in reiterating them. You know what I mean? Like a system contains redundancies in order to make sure that something happens. And in the same way, we as humans contain those redundancies. We reiterate our ideas, and I guess I'm evidence of that. I'm a reiteration of an idea. I'm a recycled idea. I'm recycled matter. So in the same way, I can allow myself to have a purpose. I can allow myself to have a greater impact just by being vulnerable with the world, just by opening myself up to that thing. And I think everyone else can do that too. And in fact, I don't know how to edit videos, whatever. I'm not gonna. I don't know, I might learn at one point, but I think it's like if I start now making YouTube videos about my thoughts, eventually I'll just have like 100, maybe 1,000. And it's just like a whole archive of like gold that you can look back on. Because to be honest, any information, it has a lot of purpose. Like, I can look at my cat, and that's like fucking 10 books. Like, just within that cat. Hell, that's like an infinite number of books in just studying my cat. And fucking, you get a picture of the cat, there's at least a book in that. Just studying the picture and the nature of it. So I think that everything's very deep and vast and goes a lot further than we think. So it's worth paying attention. It's worth just being vulnerable, just letting yourself be in the moment. Because to be honest, we often get caught up really easily with fear and like being scared of this, that, and the other. And it's like the world reveals things to you. You know what I mean? Like if there's a person who isn't good for you, if you know who you are, they'll just kind of show themselves. And it's pretty quick too. It's like, oh, within a couple days, maybe a week, 2 interactions, 3. And then it's like, oh, this person actually, I don't need to be around them and it's not going to affect me. You know, another thing I've been thinking about recently is just like the nature of attachment. I think that attachment comes from necessity. In the same way that you're attached to a home because it provides you with the things you need, you know what I mean? Like, you know you're safe there. Attachment is the same way with everything else. So, like, this fucking cup of water, right? Let's say I like this cup because just how much water it can hold. I'll become attached to that cup. And if I see no other cups nearby with a, I don't know, similar ability, that's going to be my cup. That's my cup forever. But as soon as I go to the I don't know, the store, wherever you buy cups from, and I see that, holy shit, there's like 100 of these cups in just this section, now I'm attached to the store. So I think in the same way, we need to relieve ourselves from a lot of things. Because, like, America lies to us. Society lies to us, whatever. We think that we need to stay here, or we think we need to, like, become this or do that, or, like, whatever. When there's niggas... This was really funny. I was talking to my friend about this thing, and he completed my sentence and said something that I actually wasn't about to say, but it completed the thought perfectly. I was like, there's niggas with CS degrees, and he said, working at Baskin Robbins. Oh, wait, no. I think it was the other way around. I think I said, there's niggas working at Baskin Robbins, and he said, with CS degrees. But still, the point still stands. Shit is fake. You never know where you're gonna end up. You can't exactly plan things out, and if you stick to some like really rigid plan rather than just becoming comfortable with adaptation, you're gonna fail. Like no matter what, you're gonna fail because it's never gonna be perfect. So it's much better to just see what your options are within every moment, be present, and then have faith that in that moment, even the stresses of what's affecting you are going to empower you to be able to see a solution. You know what I mean? Arm yourself with knowledge. Arm yourself with like worldliness. Like go fucking out. Go learn some shit. Like you learn another language, you'll get a whole new perspective on English. You read a book, you get a whole new perspective on blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's like fucking you learn one word, you get a whole new perspective on an entire idea. So I think that's what's important. Rather than sticking to anything too heavily, allowing yourself to flow freely. Because, like, especially another thing I've been thinking about recently, I'm really fucking going in. Another thing I've been thinking about recently is like fucking relationships. There's a lot of ways to view romantic relationships, but I think and this isn't like this is an opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. But I don't think everyone should act like me, but I think it's worth recognizing that most relationships, if not even most, all relationships, even like romantic relationships, they're built off of a shared necessity or dependency or utility. Okay, loud car. Anyways, people come together often because they feel they need to. And once you get to a point where you don't actually rely on people like that, you don't have that sort of insecurity where you're like, oh, I need somebody to listen to me about this, or I need somebody to do that. You can be more intentional about things. When you come to a point where you're not just looking for people to be around, the people you choose to be around are way more meaningful. And the intention and effort that goes into being around them is way more meaningful. And in the same way, if you get to a point where you're not dependent on a person, my door is moving because of the window, whatever. If you get to a point where you're not dependent on a person, you immediately add so much more depth to that relationship because you're not inherently trying to possess or control them. You know what I mean? Like, nowadays I go into romantic relationships just with the idea that, like, it's temporary, you know, and this is the thing a lot of people do, but I know it's temporary, but I also immediately have to become conscious of the fact that no matter which way it ends, I get hurt, they get hurt, nobody gets hurt, we just gotta go our separate ways. I have to be okay with that. So I use that as a way to detach. And similarly, what makes that so easy is being able to see both sides of a person. And I only say both sides because it's like it's an easy way to digest. But everyone's multitudinous and complex. But if you can see the good in someone, right, that's usually what causes attachment. People fucking get, I don't know, limerence from it. They get obsessive. They put people on pedestals. It's easy. I've done it. I've done it so many times. Everyone's done it. But you get to a point where it's like when they're on the pedestal, one bad thing happens, your entire world has changed. So if you immediately, when you like meet someone, see something bad about them and something good, they're now no longer just like a monolith. They're no longer just like this one thing that you can like poke and prod. They're no longer just an idea or a concept. They're a free flowing thing, which is like how they actually are. You know what I mean? Because like whatever the fuck Taoism says, conceptualization is fake. The identities you give to things are fake. They're made up. They're approximations. All thoughts are approximations. So to truly be free from that, you have to let things correct themselves. You have to let things act. You have to let things deviate from the way you view them. So if you can view someone in both bad and good light and still love them, you can view them holistically, and then it'll actually be like true love. You know what I mean? Real power. My cat, she's a silly little critter, and she loves me because I feed her, I house her, whatever, I play with her. But sometimes she gets a little mean. She nibbles on me. See, like this. She's not in the mood for pets right now. And recently I've been thinking, like, I'm about to go away, I'm about to transfer to school. I'm probably not going to be able to take her with me, so I'm going to have to get rid of her. And that's been kind of hard for me to process, but I realized, like, I kind of just have to let it be, And in the same way that I chose to get the cat in the first place, I have to choose to get rid of her. So I think there's a lot of depth in that like deviance, being able to roll with the punches, adapt. It's like, oh, she's not everything anymore, Maybe I'll keep her, maybe I'll get rid of her. Who the fuck knows? But I'm thinking about this video right now. She's kind of just doing her own thing. Let me eat some more eggs.